Hey YouTube family, it's me, Amaryllis. Just coming in to give you a quick update on what's going on with me. A lot of people have been sending me emails saying what's going on, so I have been delaying putting off doing this video because I really didn't have any more information. But I want to go back first of all. I have a lot of new subscribers, so I want to go back and recap my journey. My journey started in October 12, 2010. I was at a weight of, I'm 5'5". My weight was 385 pounds. I am now still 5'5". My weight is 330 pounds. I had a BMI, starting BMI of 64. My BMI is now 55. And I have two children. My kids are 25 and 17. And this has been a long journey. Some of you that's been following my journey know that I've had my surgery canceled on 2 occasions already. The second time was due to my thyroid condition. And just to give you a little background on what was going on with that, is that I had done my pre-op blood test, and it came back that I had a thyroglobulin over 3,000, and that was not a safe number to be at for me to be put under anesthesia, because they said that you need that thyroid stimulating hormone to help wake you up, and I didn't have enough hormones for that. So in the interim, what's happened so far, I saw the surgeon on the 9th of December, and my surgery was scheduled for the 12th, as you know. But I did not have the surgery, so on the 12th I went back to my regular PCP doctor, and he at that time did blood work and brought me back a week later, and he did increase my thyroid medicine. And because he didn't want, well, the surgeon didn't want to lose. I was not gonna see him for like 40 more days, so they didn't want to wait the 40 more days without having some, more high thyroid stimulating hormone in my system, to try to see if they can get that up. So I've done that, and then this past Friday I actually went and did a ultrasound on my thyroid, and they did find that I have there was 5 masses in my thyroid itself, but also there's a parathyroid gland that there's 4. The parathyroid gland is behind your thyroid, and there's 4 little glands that are big as they're the size of a grain of rice. So I can give you a visual on what it looks like. And there's 4 located behind the thyroid, and one of those is enlarged. So she said that it was about the size of, when it's enlarged, it's between the size of a walnut to a grape, and mine is in that range. So that seems to be a new problem, because well, I'm gonna have to give you some education, because you probably didn't know it, because I didn't know it. I always thought a thyroid was a thyroid, but there's a difference between your thyroid and your parathyroid. So let me explain the difference. Your thyroid is actually what stimulates your metabolism to burn what you ingest, and your parathyroid is the thyroid that it stimulates how much calcium that is deposited into your bloodstream. And so that regulates calcium, and calcium is for your bones. So if you start, so that would give you some joint pain or whatever. So right now I'm waiting to get in to see the endocrinologist, and he's gonna see where we're gonna go with a treatment for both the thyroid and the parathyroid. And also the blood test came back about my it's called an A1C, and some of you that are diabetic, you know what an A1C, that's the marker that determines if you have diabetes or not. So when they did that blood test, I was what they call pre-diabetic, and so that test actually came back rather good. I'm no longer in the range of for diabetes, and also I they did my blood pressure, and I also take my blood pressure at home. So I've been having a pretty normal blood pressure of 120 over 85. So it's making me a little nervous because I seem to be having two other problems, but two other problems are now look like they're corrected, and you have to have these comorbidities for the surgery. So what the surgeon also did discuss with me, she was saying that well, the PA, I didn't see the surgeon, but the PA, what she was also discussing with me, that if by chance that the thyroid or the parathyroid is so bad that they need to take it out, then the two won't be fighting against each other, and the medicine will help. So if I get those things corrected, there's a good possibility that she's saying that I might not need to have the weight loss surgery, that I could be able to not be struggling so hard, to lose the weight, because my thyroid, the medicine will be able to work, because there's nothing fighting against it, because the thyroglobulin is fighting against the thyroid, and that's what made it extremely high. So that's where I am with that. So I don't know, I'm just having so many mixed emotions about this thing at this time, because I fought so hard to have the weight loss surgery. Not saying that it was a waste of time, because as you know, all the testing that we do to get the surgery, that if you opt not to have the surgery, or for whatever reason you're not able to get the surgery, as far as health wise, where you are health wise, because every spectrum of your body is part of getting this, getting through the journey. But it's been tough, because some people that really don't know what hypothyroid is and how it affects your body, I can give you a little background on that. It's when you're trying to lose weight, it's like you on an uphill battle, because as you know, it takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound on your body. But what happens with the hypothyroidism is that you become somewhat of your body becomes somewhat like how I can explain it, like a squirrel that's getting ready to hibernate for the winter. You know how they say they store their nuts? Well, pretty much that's the way your meals are consumed in your body, and rather than it's being able to burn it all, it stores so much of it, because I have the worst end of the hypothyroidism, where my mind, it stays in what you call the starvation mode. So what it does, it doesn't ingest. It's hard to burn off stuff that I ingest, because the thyroid stimulating hormone does not tell my body to burn what I ingest. So I might not gain weight right away, but what happens is, like for instance, like I've said, I've lost 50 pounds, But at this point, I probably have lost more, like maybe even 70 pounds, because what happens is I'll keep going up 5 pounds. Then it'll regulate and it'll drop back down, and I'll go 5 pounds. But what's so disheartening about that is that I know, because I keep a food diary, I know that I'm not ingesting 3,500 calories a day. And so basically that's some of the calories that are stored, that end up, what it does is builds up. It builds up in my body, so that what's put weight on. So like, even like this morning, over the Christmas holidays, I didn't even eat, 3,500 calories worth of food. But like I just said, I got on the scale this morning, I was 5 pounds heavier. And I know, and I don't even, now I'm to the point where I don't beat myself up about that, because I know what's going on. It would be different if I say, well, I've been eating a lot of candy, or I've been eating junk, or, or whatever. That's not the case for me. And also, another thing that's kind of disheartening about that is that I've even worked with a personal trainer in the past, and trying to do this extra cardio and all of this stuff to say, the more calories you burn off, the more you lose weight. Well, what happens with me is that even with extensive exercise, I don't lose weight by exercise. What turns it to me, I tone up. I'm a big brick. That's what it does to me. Basically, I build a lot of muscle, and I'm firm, and I actually shape up, but I don't lose weight that way. And well, the plus thing about it is that when I did see the surgeon, and he did some kind of skin test on me, and he was really surprised, even at my weight, that I have very little stretch marks, hardly anywhere on my body. And he said that was really a good sign, that even though I'm 51 years old, that with me having hardly any stretch marks, that my chances of having a lot of loose skin, that I probably wouldn't have that with my, even with 100 pounds weight loss. It would be very minimal. There would be some, but not a lot, because I don't have stretch marks. So that's a plus. But it's, I'm not trying to make excuses about the weight loss or whatever. I know what I'm, the hand that I've been dealt with. I'm just basically dealing with that. But I just wanted to let some people know that maybe have thyroid issues. They might have the same thyroid issues that I have, and to let you know that you can't, you have to really just, you have to fight it. I've had a thyroid problem ever since I was 27 years old. But my problem also was that for many years, knowing that I had a thyroid problem, and knowing that knowing that it would prohibit me from losing weight. It's not that I have not tried to lose weight. I've lost weight in the past, it's been 20, 30 pounds or whatever, but it tends to come back. But, I understand that. But what I was doing, and it took me to get to my nutritionist, where I was telling her for many years, this wasn't nothing that just started, that I was the type of person that I ate one time a day, and breakfast was not one of them. And that's what she was saying, that that's the worst thing that you can do with the condition that I have. So basically, she wants me to eat, this 6 small meals a day, so basically every 2 hours. But that's kind of hard to do. Sometimes I don't do that. But I'll do, when I'm faithful in doing the 6 times of meals a day. I see where that does help a lot, because when I miss a couple of days of not doing it, then I see where I'm really like stalling, or my body is going into that major store mode. So I have to break myself from that. But other than that, I'm not giving up on the surgery. I'm not throwing in the towel. what I'm gonna do, and this is my game plan for going into the new year, is basically following up with the endocrinologist and see, what he say, because I want the doctors to be the one to tell me that I'm no longer a candidate for weight loss surgery. In my mind right now, I'm feeling like I'm still a candidate for weight loss surgery until they tell me otherwise. But it was so funny that when they told me that, about the surgery, that they had to cancel it, the first thing that Dr. Deborah said was, "I know you're gonna get on YouTube and make a YouTube video about it, because they know how important YouTube is to me in this journey, and I've gotten them actually watching YouTube. So I want to let you guys know that some of you, that Dr. Klein might have seen your videos, or Dr. Deborah have seen your videos, because they tell me now that I've gotten them so gun-ho about YouTube that they do take the time out to go into my channel and watch my videos, and they've watched some of my other subscribers' videos. So that's a plus, that I'm getting the doctors on board, because at the hospital that I'm at Harbor UCLA, they don't have a support group. So I was telling them, and I always talk about, if I was not with YouTube, that I don't know where I would be in this journey, because you guys have been so supportive when I didn't have the support, because I really don't have the support from a lot of my family members. They haven't been really talking it up and gun-ho about it. And how I can explain this situation is when I was having the surgery, or when I was on schedule for the surgery, I was getting so many calls about, oh, you've done so good by yourself, you don't need to do this, and just keep going the way you're going, and everybody was calling. But when it came the day of my surgery, when I was actually supposed to have the surgery, I put it in the same mind frame of when you have a funeral. You know how when someone dies in the family, and everybody, all your friends and family, they rally around you for that whole week coming up to the funeral, and as soon as the funeral is over, everybody comes to the repast. They go to the repast, and they eat and have a good time, and that evening everybody goes back to their life. No one calls that day, the next day, and say, well, how are you doing today? Everybody just goes back to their life. So that's kind of how I felt about my surgery, was that I felt like everybody rallied around, and was so, whether it was a good support or bad support, there was calls being made. But the day that I was supposed to have the surgery, no one called me to say, how are you feeling today? Are you down because you didn't get the surgery? And that was a little disheartening, because actually when I left that doctor's office that day, I didn't want them to see me cry, and I didn't want the other patients to see me cry. But when I got to the car with my husband, I was I cried, and he was there. He consoled me, and and saying that whichever way it's gonna go, it's gonna that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna just play with the cards, the hand that being dealt, that's been dealt to me. So until I find out some more information, I actually don't go back to see the surgeon until January 17th. But I'm hoping to get in to see the endocrinologist before then, and maybe I can have some kind of background with the endocrinologist, some information to relate to the surgeon on which way it's going to go. But until I find out some more information, I just want to thank everybody for being there, supporting me, the people that have been private messaging me, or sending me little notes, letting them know that they have me in their prayers, or they're wondering what's going on because I hadn't made a video. And I do apologize for that, because I should have made a video by now, but I just was in a different mind frame. So, and it's not, and basically it's not fair to my subscribers that, might have been going through, some of the same things that I'm going through, or having some of the same feelings. And, we're supposed to be a family, and I had to, take a step back and realize that, I have brought myself into this community as a family member, and that I was not, playing the part of a good family member. So now I've gotten myself together. So I will make, my videos a little more regular, which, even if it's good news or bad news, I see where it's important, because I didn't realize until, I started getting all these messages, of what's going on, So, until I get a chance to, get some more information, please know that I watch everyone's video. I've been watching everybody's videos, and congratulations on the weight loss, congratulations on the surgeries, and congratulations on whichever way your journey is going to take you. And I hope, if I don't make a video before the new year, I wish everybody a happy new year, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.